Hi,
Hi. 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 Hi.
Good day, everyone!
I am Jericho Barreto from BE 3B and one of the researchers of the study entitled Self-Motivation and the Academic Performance of the First Year BEd Students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus.
I am Jane Ercalaya from BEd 3B and one of the researchers of the study entitled Self-Motivation and the Academic Performance of First-Year BEd Students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus.
I am Catherine Omalang from BEd 3B and one of the researchers of the study entitled Self-Motivation and the Academic Performance of First-Year BEd Students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus.
I am Marjorie Medina from BEd 3B, one of the researchers of the study entitled Self-Motivation and Academic Performance of First-Year BEd Students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus.
I am Jenaline Morales from BEd 3B, one of the researchers of the study entitled Self-Motivation and the Academic Performance of First-Year BEd Students at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus.
College life will always be easy as a sort of defending music, but the situation that college students go through are not too relevant because what matters is how they get themselves up with the help of their internal drives which keep them motivated. The internal drive that leads humans take the step towards a goal is called self-motivation. It is what people make within themselves that keeps them from continuing, initiating, or terminating a behavior. According to Davis 2015, is college hard? A common question that is most likely to be answered, yes, by the majority number of students, particularly at the first year college students level, which is not appalling given that they are still in the process of adjustment. Now that COVID-19 remains prevalent in our society today.
Although it is proven that college education is hard on some people under various circumstances, these students are the ones that are also trying and enduring college despite its challenges among enrolled students because of their self-motivation level. Amidst these challenges in their educational as well as personal lives, these students still attempt their best to comply with and survive each of their academic requirements as their college day pass, which is an indicator of their ability to self-motivate.
According to Christian 2019, the force that propels one's conduct is solely motivation. It is the why behind everything people do, and it's the reason they could adopt a cause, decide to pursue a certain course of action, or work for a particular objective. Self-motivation affects both our professional and personal lives, making it the secret weapon for accomplishing goals. Anybody would undoubtedly struggle without it. Even though having a bunch of friends and family is crucial, we cannot fully rely on them to carry us through life.
Henceforth, the researchers find the significance to conduct this study to aid in the inadequacy of local-related studies that focus on the self-motivations of the respondents in relation to their academic performance. This study is designed and carried out with consideration for significance of respondents, self-motivation, and significant role they play in their academic performance as first-year students. It also took into consideration the fact that people's self-motivations differs from place to place and from person to person, as well as the fact that the findings of related studies are not always consistent. Then, the researchers conducted these studies to analyze the relationship between self-motivations and academic performance of BEd first year at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus by utilizing the self-motivation scale.
Generally, this study attempted to determine the relationship between self-motivation and the academic performance of first-year college students of Bachelor of Elementary Education at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupihan Campus during the school year of 2022 to 2023. Specifically, the study sought to answer the following questions. Number 1 is, how may the profile of the respondents be described in terms of sex? Second, how may the academic performance of the respondents be described in terms of their general weighted average last semester? Third, how may the self-motivation of the respondents be described in terms of personal drive, commitment, initiative, optimism, open close parenthesis, positive attitude? Next one is there a significant relationship between the self-motivation and the academic performance of the respondents? Next, is there a significant difference between the sex and self-motivation of the respondents? And the last is, what IEC material may be crafted based on the result of the study?
The theoretical basis of this study are the basic motivational theory, self-determination theory, and motivational system theory. The method is crucial to concepts like self-concept, self-worth, self-esteem, or self-motivation, and it continues to be significant when illustrating various motivational concepts throughout the course of action. However, the I self is acknowledged as the storehouse of motivational tendency and the catalyst of for motivated behavior in the fundamental motivational paradigm. According to King and McInerney, 2014, it means that the students' personal needs and beliefs play a crucial role in determining their motivation to do well in school.
According to Richard Ryan and Edward Deci, two psychologists, created the self-determination theory or SDT of motivation, which disprove that commonly held belief that rewarding good conduct is the most effective approach to motivate people to complete tasks. According to O'Hara 2017, in other words, students need to feel like they have some say in what they learn and how they learn it, feel confident in their abilities to learn and succeed, and feel supported and valued by those around them.
And lastly, the motivational systems theory says that personal goals, beliefs, and emotions all work together to motivate students. This means that students are motivated to achieve their academic goals when they have a clear understanding of what they want to achieve, a belief that they can achieve it, and positive emotions associated with the achievement. As a matter of fact, its model proposes the real achievement under 4 fundamental circumstances, possessing the motivation and ability to continue working towards or achieving one's goals.
The input frame is composed of the respondent's profile in terms of sex, the self-motivation as the 4 factors which are personal drive, commitment, initiative, and optimism, positive attitude, and the academic performance which is described through the respondent's GWA last semester. While the process frame includes the self-motivation questionnaire through using Google Forms as the platform and statistical treatment data that includes the use of frequency, percentage, weighted mean, independent sample, t-test, and Pearson product correlation. And the output frame presents the information, education, and communication materials that will convey the result of this study. The input and process posits a correlation of different variables, and the arrow that connects the process and output suggests that desired output.
This study used the quantitative method using correlation design, specifically survey questionnaire research. Correlation research design sought to gather data to measure 2 variables and understand and assess the statistical relationship between them without any influence from any extraneous variable. It aims to find out if there are differences in the characteristic of a population depending on whatever its abstract has been exposed to an event of interest in the naturalistic theory. Lau 2016. The researchers also used the questionnaire research method in the study. It is a quantitative approach, and the primary purpose of this type of survey research was to obtain information describing the characteristic of a large sample of individuals of interest relatively quickly according to Ponto 2015.
Table 1 represents the distribution of the respondents. It can be shown in the table that 1A got the highest number of respondents with 34 or 35.42%, while the 1B and 1C both got 31 or 32.29% of the respondents. In totality, there were 96 B.Ed first-year students as respondents in the study. The study was conducted at Bataan Peninsula State University, Dinalupian Campus, where the first-year B.Ed students of the BPSUDC were the respondents. The researchers utilized stratified random sampling, which, according to Case 2023, is method of sampling that involves the division of a population into smaller subgroups known as strata.
In order to collect the data, a survey questionnaire was used in this study to gather the necessary information about the respondents. The questionnaire consists of two parts. The first part consists of the profiles of the respondents in terms of sex and GWA last semester. The second part covered the self-motivation of the first-year B.Ed students, containing 38 items about self-motivation. The researchers floated the questionnaire via Google Form for easy access due to the blended learning education brought by the pandemic. The data were collected from the respondents and subjected to correlation analysis using the right statistical tool. After all the data information were gathered, they were tallied, tabulated, analyzed, and presented in appropriate tables. The collected data was organized, tallied, and processed using the statistical package of social sciences or SPSS and the following tools. In the analysis and interpretation of the survey data, frequency and percentage were used to establish the profile of the respondents in terms of sex. This was the quantitative representation used to describe the first-year B.Ed students' self-motivation. This scale was adapted from a self-assessment validated questionnaire, specifically from the Skills You Need website. To score or describe the self-motivation level of the respondents, the following scale and descriptions are already presented with the adapted scale. 5 as always, 4 as often, 3 as sometimes, 2 as rarely, and 1 as never. To analyze the significant difference in terms of sex, an independent sample t-test was employed. This statistical technique is used to compare the means of two independent groups according to Lani year 2022. The independent sample t-test can be used to compare the means of two samples taken from the same population or from different populations where the sample mean may differ. In this study, it was used to draw conclusions about the means of the two populations and to determine whether they are different or similar. In addition, person-product correlation was used to determine if there is significant relationship between each of the 4 dimensions of self-motivation and academic performance as described using respondents' GWA last semester. Based on Kearney year 2022, the Pearson correlation coefficient is the most common way of measuring a linear correlation. It is a number between -1 and 1 that measures the strength and direction of the relationships between the two variables. In addition, a line of the best fit is attempted to be drawn across the data of two variables using person-product moment correlation.
Let's now move forward to the implications of the study, which are all delved to the results of the data, which gone through statistical analysis. The outcomes of the study has proved the two null hypotheses, which are: first, there is no significant relationship in the self-motivation and academic performance of the respondents, and second, there is no significant difference in the sex and self-motivation of the respondents. According to Bonco and Ancho, in the year of 2020, teaching has become a feminized profession, especially in elementary teaching, in which it is regarded as women's work. Similarly, the enrolled male students in the teaching field at Bataan Peninsula State University Dinalupihan campus have a finite number compared to the female learners, which are currently dispersing the whole campus in their number of enrollees. However, considering the profile of the respondents in terms of sex, the data provided does not reveal any significant sex differences in personal drive, commitment, initiative, or optimism. Although there may be slight variations in mean scores, the t-values and p-values suggest that these differences are not statistically significant.
To finalize the findings of the study, all of the statement of the problems that analyze the significant difference between the self-motivation and the profile of the respondents, as well as the significant relationship between their academic performance and self-motivations, has proved both of null hypotheses are true. Let's now discuss the implication of the study and how they can be used in the daily basis of life. In light of the findings of current study, the following recommendations have been provided for the students, teachers, administrator, guidance office, and future researchers. First, the students should improve self-awareness by getting students to think about their unique learning styles, advantages, and areas for growth. They can identify successful motivational and academic achievement tactics with the use of this self-awareness. Second, the teacher should work together with students by include them in decision-making processes for things like core designs, assessment techniques, and teaching methods. Students feel more empowered and accountable for their academic performance because to this collaborative approach. Third, administrators allocate funds for through students' assistance. Ensure that counseling services, academic support services, and learning materials are easily accessible to aid students in overcoming obstacles in the classroom and promoting motivation. Fourth, the guidance office. Creative comprehensive guidance program. Create guidance programs that give students tools and advice to improve or maintain their ability to self-motivate, self-regulate, and create goals. Lastly, the future researchers should examine potential mediating and moderating variables that might have an impact on the relationship between self-motivation and academic achievement. It is important to look into potential contributing factors such as learning environment, social support, and self-esteem.
According to Daniel Goleman, outlined 4 components that make up motivation in his book entitled The Importance of Emotional Intelligence. These 4 are personal drive, which is defined as the desire to improve or to meet certain standards, commitments to one's own or organization goals, initiative, which he defined as readiness to action or opportunities, and optimism, also known as the competence to continue working towards one objectives in the face of obstacles or resilience.
In accordance to Yarin et al. Year 2022, the first year of college can be filled with a lot of new and fascinating experiences. In addition, the commitments that come with all of this might make it difficult for students to experience things.
Are you self-motivated?
Are you self-motivated enough?
We are self-motivated enough.